Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. If my calculations are correct, we should be ending the 1970s in this episode. And if we end early enough, we'll have something really special for everybody tuning in. Let's see where we left off. It is 1979, closing out the rest of the games from the 70s. We just played Sundance, which is one of the most unique arcade game experiences I've ever seen. First example of what I would consider a puzzle game with some action elements, but never seen anything like this. If I'm thinking from a normal nowadays video game perspective, but even at the time, playing this was something very unique. But let's move on to our next game. This is Super Speed Race. Super Speed Race. I guess they're starting to already add super to everything to really hype it up. Here is the advertisement flyer for Super Speed Race, and looks like Super Speed Race GP. Both advertisement flyers. This one's Taito's in Japan, and looks like this is the North American from Midway advertisement flyer, and they have the sit-down cabinet for a driving game. Love it. And there's the example of the arcade cabinet. Not as good as the advertisement flyer, but terrible picture of the console or the arcade control panel with the wheel, possible gear shifter there. Looks like we have high-low gear and then moving left and right for the controls. And for screenshots, a full-color game. I'm getting a lot of Monaco GP vibes, which I'm wondering if they knew that Sega was developing it and when this came out compared to Monaco GP. I don't know the time frame because we know both of them appeared at some point in 79, but let's take a look at the manual and see if we get some more info on it. This is the operator and service manual for Super Speed Race by Midway. And yeah, Midway. Okay, so this one says November 1979, which is still the end of 1979. And does it have anything about the game? All the instructions and manuals we've seen for arcade cabinets are very detailed, including installation, PCB, and then we want to know more about the game itself and if they describe it. So it's pointing out all the parts. We've seen these before from arcade manuals, and we will see more of those. But no, we are not assembling the arcade cabinet. That looks like what this one is. No information about what the game is, so let's step right up. It's 1979. We're in the arcades playing Super Speed Race by Midway. And so right off the bat, wow, it looks a lot like Monaco GP. I would say the poor man's Monaco GP, at least graphic-wise. The one we played before, we actually couldn't play because it uses discrete logic and not a microprocessor. So we used a simulator that's meant to do the exact same thing as you'd see in the arcades, but now it seems Super Speed Race is using a microprocessor. That's why we can play it. All right, let's put a quarter in and see what it's like, and then push start. Does this one run? We do have an attract mode. Okay, there we go. So as you can see on the red car, as soon as I went out, I immediately oh, cool. Background music is sounding like it's something we've never seen before in the arcades. So it looks like, yeah, I have high-low gear, and I can move, okay, faster and slower. Cool, okay. So it's giving me controls for the pedals at the bottom, and I can push down the accelerator and get some speed in there, and then switch between high and low gear. Cool, love it. We have seen this similar to as Monaco GP. It's even doing the same effect where the walls close in and out on the outside. But it's essentially just move left and right, dodge the cars, and try to get as far as you can. And it's not like the ice killed us. And we slid all over the place. Wow, the ice is really touchy. One bump from another car and you explode in flames. So it's not like we're racing other cars, we're just racing the time, trying to get to the next point, and the ice is destroying me. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. So we're off to a good start. Oh man, yeah, I switched to high gear and it just took off. So a great sense of speed for 1979, but I can definitely tell it's the rip. I love how fast it is. I'm trying to go as quick as I can. That's awesome. All right, so there you go. Time is up, and then by 1/4, I am done. I want to put another one in and push start again because it looked like the speed at some point just ramped way up when I pushed it high gear. Yeah, there we go. Love that. And sound effects are awesome. Most of the arcade cabinets we've seen, some of the sound effects don't come from the PCB, so we don't have them emulated. All right, that is awesome. Okay, for Super Speed Race, it is obviously taking what Monaco GP did. We don't know which one came first or not, but a blast to play still. Not as good graphically, and I'd say a little bit looser than Monaco GP, at least based on the simulator we played earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 4.5 star for Super Speed Race. Pretty good. All right, moving on to our next game. This is a home computer game on the TRS-80 called Taipan. A lot of the games we've seen on the home computer systems are based on mainframe computers or games you could play in colleges. And they are incorporating them for the home. So someone had enough time to develop something you'd play on a mainframe computer, they can now do it in their home. And I think Taipan is one of those. Let's see what kind of artwork we have. This is an advertisement flyer. So yeah, this one's for the, it looks like the Apple II or Apple II Plus. And it's Taipan, Survive the Perils of the China Seas. An exciting new strategy adventure game based on the China trade of the 1800s. It is not an educational game. Usually they'd have something involving children, students, but this is looks like sail between the 7 ports of the China Seas, trade cargo, arms, silk, and opium. I think this is our very first game we've played that is a trade simulation game. We've played a few other simulation games on the home computer, very early ones, kind of using the building and construction or managing an empire kind of thing. This is the first time that it involves trade, and we're going to see lots of video games that take that example and go with it. So this is the first one we've ever seen. Experience the excitement of the China trade. I don't know if that's a good advertising. The excitement of the China trade may only appeal to really big history buffs. All right, let's see. Do we have anything else? Is that it? Oh, no, we have another one. Okay, so this is a single-player game based on the China trade of the 1800s. Yeah, so it is... buy this for your kids. Ply arms and opium in exotic oriental ports. Dodge pirates, cutthroats. And I want to see how it plays on the TRS-80 is the question. Yeah, so it's a home computer that only has text. The graphics have to come from text themselves. All right, let's see what happens. It's 1979. We're booting up our TRS-80 playing Taipei. And just like we do on anything else for the TRS-80, we got to do a little bit of programming. Well, not programming. We just have to get into the file to let it boot. So it looks like this one is through BASIC. So we load up BASIC. And after we load BASIC up, then we run the command to get this up. Let's see if I spelled it right. Was it Taipan? Taipan? Will you load for us? It worked. It booted. That's one of the best things about home computers, if we can get them to boot up. A game based on the China trade of the 1800s by Art. Great job, Art. So 1979, Cybernautics. What will you name your Hong Kong firm? Oh, we're naming this sucker Chronologistics. Chronologistics is my Hong Kong firm. Sounds China enough. Do you want to start one with cash and debt, or do you want to with 5 guns and no cash or debt? 5 guns. Yeah, let's start with 5 guns. I don't know what 5 guns means, but like we see with any other simulation game, this one is a trade simulation game, and you can see it's giving lots of stats and information. The other ones we've seen in the past have been kind of text adventure-ish games, and it's going to be the same here. Looks like we got information at the top left, and then I have a comprador's report. Li Huan asks 0 in donation for the temple, the sea goddess. Will you pay? Yeah, if it's 0, sure. Let's see if I just do yes. Do you have business with Elder Brother Wu, the moneylender? Nope. No, I don't know who that is. Do you wish to visit the bank? Yeah, let's go to the bank. How much will you deposit? Well, I think we got zip, so nothing. Let's do 0. How much will you withdraw? Looks like we really can't do anything with the bank. We only got guns. So I want to know what you do with the guns in Taipan. There's a famine in South China. General cargo prices have risen toward heaven. Uh-oh, that's not good. Taipan present prices per unit are... Okay, so this is a larger version of a game we played for Apple II called Lemonade Stand, where they're giving you information of what's happening, and you have to make decisions to determine what's going to give you the most money and make your business profitable. The game we played on Apple II, Lemonade Stand, was a very simple. It's $1 for what it would cost for lemonade. Everything's very lower income based, and this one's a much bigger scale. So Taipan is based on a mainframe computer game that involves lots of how to get where you want to go for your business. It's just on a very large scale. So from the chat, we heard Chiptune Chronicles say, you got 5 guns, so 5 bullets for the donation? LOL, yeah, we need some bullets. I don't know if they gave us bullets with our gun. So it's asking now, do I want to buy, sell, or quit trading? And I guess quit means you would end the game, and then you're trying to get the highest score, the most money you can before you finish. And it looks like this is played single player. When we've seen other games that are involving businesses or making decisions like this, usually you can play against someone else. So if you have a buddy at home that's at the computer with you, they can make decisions. You can see who has the better price in their business. All right, so opium, we have no money. And we have nothing to sell. So how do we shoot? Can we shoot people to get things? Because they gave us the option for the guns, but I have nothing I can buy or sell. Everything's 0. At least all my stats are. So if I do, let's see, General Silk. So there must be an option of what I can use my guns for to take someone out. Let's go ahead and try selling. Do I have something to sell, like my guns? 1 gun. Which item shall I sell? Let's sell a gun. How much general cargo? Just the gun. Does it work? No, it does not work. So we can look at the manual and get more information on how to play and get the details behind it. But this is an example of early trade simulation games and business simulation games. But this one's taking it on a huge scale. So we could really dive our teeth into this and play a lot more. But we're just going to get a taste on what it's like. Do you wish to return to your bank? With nothing, we're not going back to the bank. All right, that was Taipan. For what they're trying to do and the ambition behind it, this is further than what we've seen other simulation games for the home computer. So we're going to go ahead and give this one 3.5 stars for Taipan. That is a really great game to play at home if you had the time in 1979.